Welcome back, everyone. Hope y'all doing good. I know this is a Saturday podcast, but you know what? I was busy with schoolwork this week. My last couple weeks. Top of that, I've been traveling a lot. So anyways, just doing that. I've also been doing a lot of getting ready for school, and whatnot. Plus, there wasn't really a lot to talk about this week in sports, and I didn't want to like waste y'all's time and all that stuff. But anyways, I hope y'all doing good so far. For me, I'm doing great. Um, Football's back officially. I went to go cover a scrimmage with Emerald High in West Plains, and that was pretty cool to see. Cover football, practice it because my shots, I shoot football. My edits will be on the locker room. Those who live in Amarillo, check out the locker room on Fox 14 K on the Fox 14 YouTube at 11:30 p.m. every Friday night. It also will be posted on the KAMR website. Also on the YouTube channel. So you know what? You know, you'll see my highlights I do on YouTube, and my using my stuff. So check that out. Support your high school football teams out there. What's up, Travis Kai? Hope you're doing good, brother. Support your football teams out there, your high school football teams. It's important to support the kids, out there. And you know what? Here's the deal, man. I wish I played sports in high school and I couldn't. I have terrible asthma at the time. I had scarring tissue in my lungs and my airways. I wouldn't last. So yeah, friendship. Yeah, maybe my car will make it, but you know what? I'll try. Anyways, but yeah. So we're 1 week away from college football. We will break that down. We'll break it down next week. Hopefully, Nick will come on the podcast. He's been ducking me, guys. Nick's been ducking me. He's scared of me, and I get it. Anyways, same with Jaden will be back on soon. It's just that there really hasn't been a lot to talk about this summer in sports. We had that season where like through August to June there's sports, and then mid June, later June, July, there's really nothing to talk about. So yeah. So I understand why they took a break off. For me, I stay consistent at it because I want to stand out among my peers when I do get a job in the broadcast news industry. So yeah. Anyways, so today we're breaking down the NFC East, the last division. Last we talked about NFC North. Talked about like I said, I had the Bears. I had the Lions winning the NFC North. This week I have the NFC East. We're talking about that. So, last season, and the 2025 season, the Eagles won his division. The Cowboys were second. Commanders were third. Giants were fourth. Okay. So we're gonna break this down again, but in my terms. So, for me, start at the start of the last to first. For me, I have the Commanders going last of the division. I think they're a good team, but they're still young. And can Jaden Daniels stay healthy? Last year, if y'all remember, he was out for about a couple weeks, and they plummeted downhill. So Washington, I had them going last. I think Jaden Daniels is a good quarterback. I think he's a really good quarterback. I think he's a stud. But can he stay healthy? And that's all that matters for Jaden Daniels now. They have a good coach, a good young team. But the question is, can he stay healthy? And the answer to that, I don't know. He might be like RG3, have a short career, and then retire, go in the broadcast booth, and go from there. That's what happened to RG3. RG3, you remember this? He ran out of the pocket. RG3, in my opinion, is the biggest what if in football because he was so talented. So talented. And then he tore his ACL. He exploded. And then he had to retire early. He became a good broadcaster on for ESPN and now Fox Sports. So covering college football. Does a fantastic job on that stuff. Plus, he has his own podcast too. So, like, that might be Jaden Daniels. Can he stay healthy? That's the biggest what if. You have Terry McLaurin is still there. You're building a young you're a young team. And I think if he stays healthy, without doubt, that's gonna be a scary team. But just depends on the situation, what's gonna happen. So you have that going on. And then number 4. Number 3. I have the Philadelphia Eagles in the 3rd spot of the NFC East. And you may be like, Trey, what? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? Like, what are you talking about? Well, let me give you a news flash real quick about something that, I hate to say this, I don't like bashing on people, but you know what? I have to call it out how it is because I think that we're overrating a certain individual, a certain player. And it really bothers me because I'm like, what makes this guy so talented? People want to gawk over him and glaze over him. I get it, they have Saquon Barkley. I get Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl champion. I get Jalen Carter. But are they a good team? Nick Sirianni is not a good coach. He's not. I don't think Jalen Hurts is a top 10 quarterback. I don't think Hurts is better than Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Burrow, Matthew Stafford. I don't think he's better than Dak Prescott. I don't think he's better than Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. I don't think he's better than I'd probably say better. Probably not even better than Jordan Love. Like he's not a top 10 quarterback. I'm sorry, he's not a top 10 quarterback, or he's not even better quarterback than Jared Goff. But that's just how it is. To me, that team is, in my opinion, so overrated. The only good thing they have is the tush push. That's all they got. And I'm sick and tired of people not criticizing Jalen Hurts. I get it. Jalen Hurts had a great Super Bowl to them against Mahomes. I understand that. But he can't prove it last season. He just can't prove it. And I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback in my opinion. So yeah, I have the Eagles going 3rd in the division in NFC East. Number 2, I may get a little backlash by this, but you know what? I don't care. I have the New York Giants, number 2, and the NFC East. Here's the deal. Harbaugh's a good coach, one of the best in the business. I don't understand why the Ravens let him go. Last year, the Ravens got hurt. It wasn't Harbaugh's fault. It wasn't Lamar Jackson got hurt last season too. It wasn't his fault either. So like, why are we hating on a Harbaugh? I think Harbaugh can mold Jackson Dart as a good quarterback. I really think he can. I really think he can. Plus, you have Abdul Carter. I think he can shape Abdul Carter to be a heck of a defensive player. Number 1. Tanner, bro. I don't think the Eagles are top. The Eagles are not number 1, bro. I'm sorry to tell you that. I think that team is so overrated. I don't think they're a good team. That's just me. That's my personal opinion. I think Hurts is not a top 10 quarterback. I don't think he is. But back to the Giants though. Giants are a good team. I think they're a really good team, a young team. I'm excited to see Harbaugh and Jackson Dart as a good quarterback duo. And I just don't understand why the Ravens let him go in the first place, because he's brought success and he's won everywhere he's went. He's a Super Bowl champion. I know he won in 2013. He had the best defensive team probably ever with Ray Lewis and those boys. I get it. Last season they made the playoffs. I understand that. It wasn't his fault. It was his team got hurt. That's what happens. Last season, everyone had the Ravens going to the Super Bowl and probably winning the whole joint. Everyone had Lamar Jackson being MVP last season. Didn't happen. You know why? He got hurt. I know. I understand the first game of the season he lost to the Bills when Derrick Henry was fumbling over the place. That was his fault. I will say that. But other than that, he's a winner. So yeah. Okay, Tanner, I get that. But here's the deal. After that season, Baker Mayfield bounced him out of the what's it called? The playoffs. Let's look at something real quick on the stats because I gotta do it, and this is not me hating on him. So I'm gonna give you his stats year by year. So 2020 was his rookie season. I get it. I'll give him the doubt. It was his rookie year, but 2021, the year prior to that, he had 16 touchdowns, 9 interception, and 3,000 yards passing. That's great. That's not bad. Um, I mean, I don't think that's good, but it's not bad. He's just running. He runs the football a lot, and that's just how he gets good at running the football. He has meat under him. Um, the 2022, the year apparently he was taking an MVP voting. This was probably his. This is not his. In my opinion, this is probably one of his best seasons he's had. Last season, he had at 30. He had 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and he went to the Super Bowl against Mahomes. Lost that one. 2023 was probably his worst season in his career. After going to Super Bowl the prior year, he goes against the Buccaneers. He has 23 touchdowns and he has 15 interceptions. Top of that, Baker Mayfield put him out of the playoffs. That Buccaneers team put him out of the misery. 2024, the year apparently they won Super Bowl. He had 18 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. And then, yeah, I'll give him a doubt. He won Super Bowl. Props to him. Last season, 25 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Let's look at his QBR. Okay. 2020, he had a 777 QBR rating. 2021, he had 81, 7.2. Not bad, pretty good. 2022 was probably his best season, in my opinion. He had 101 QBR, which is really good. He had 2023, he had an 89.1 QBR. 2024, he had 103.7 QBR. Last season, he had 98.5. And then let's look at against. Shoot, I put the wrong one. All quarterbacks. So I'm gonna compare him against other quarterbacks in this thing. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. So Drake May had a better QBR rating in second year and the NFL. Brock Purdy, he had a better QBR than Brock Purdy. Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott had a better QBR rating than Hurts. So like, I get what he's done in his tier of the NFL. This season, AJ Brown ain't there. That's just how it is. So that's just how it is. I don't think Hurts is a good quarterback. I think he's overrated. I mean, last season there was a Monday Night Football game against the Chargers. He couldn't read defense. The Chargers exposed them on a Monday Night Football game. I watched it. I remember watching that game, saying to myself, "Oh my God, this guy cannot read a defense." I mean, last season Dak Prescott outplayed him. He blew a 27-point lead to the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott outplayed him. Like, what are we doing here? His first year in the NFL, a 45-year-old Tom Brady, apparently his best season and one of his best seasons, in my opinion, in the NFL. He had 45 touchdowns. So like, I get it. I think Hurts is. I think Hurts is a good guy. I like his. He has. I mean, I like his determination. I like his athleticism. He's a strong guy. Take away the tush push. What has he got? I mean, the first game of the season last season. Okay, first game of the season. Okay. Um, Dak Prescott. If his receivers called every ball, he outplays Jalen Hurts. If Dak Prescott had 18 touchdowns in the season, the media, ESPN, Fox Sports, CBS Sports on Sundays, we will all kill Dak Prescott if he had 18 seasons. Heck, we criticized Patrick Mahomes last season for not making the playoffs because he was hurt because of what happened. We criticized Joe Burrow, but not Jalen Hurts. Come on, Tanner. Like I understand it. I think Hurts is a good quarterback, but he's not better than Patrick Mahomes. He's not better than Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Dak, Matthew Stafford. I don't think he's a better quarterback than Jared Goff and Jalen Daniels, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. You know, I don't think he's a better quarterback than those players. This is how it is. I don't think he's a better quarterback than Drake May. I don't think he is. So that's just me. Anyways, back to this scenario. So I have the Giants too. Now, number one. I'm trying to be biased here. But I have the Dallas Cowboys winning the NFC East. Here's why. I think Caleb Downs was the best quarterback. Not cornerback, so sorry. The best player in the draft. Okay. He reminds me a lot of Ed Reed. I watched him play in Ohio State. He reminded me a lot of Ed Reed. You know, he was calling out routes. I mean, it's just unreal how the guy is. And thank God that Dallas Cowboys picked him up because if Jerry Jones didn't do that, I would have burned everything. I would have burned every Cowboys thing I have. I would have burnt it all. I think, in my opinion, he's going to shape that defense. We got Christian Parker, by the way. Christian Parker, coach the Eagles defense. Secondary is an Eagles defense. So put Christian Parker, let him develop Caleb Downs. It's over for the NFL. I mean, this dude was shutting down CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, literally cooking Dak Prescott, getting Dak Prescott's head. He was literally cooking and locking down and handcuffs CeeDee Lamb, a top 5 receiver in the NFL, a veteran, all pro, locking him down. George Pickens was getting locked down by Caleb Downs. I think Brian Schottenheimer can coach the guy for sure. And if Caleb Downs, the way he's playing right now in training camps and all that stuff, watch out for that brother. That guy's a bad man. I tell you that. I'm gonna buy his jersey. I think Dak Prescott too, on the offensive side of the ball. Dak Prescott is a good quarterback. You know, you have Javonte Williams, a good running back last season from North Carolina. You know, I think CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens were outstanding last season, except towards the end of the season. I don't know what happened. So I think this team can win the NFC East. So I'm gonna repeat my list. I have the Cowboys winning it, the Giants second, the Eagles third, Commanders fourth. That's my pick for NFC East. They could be wrong. I will admit I've been wrong before. So you know what? But I trust the Dallas Cowboys over the rest of the teams in the NFC East. The only one that can probably become scary is the Giants with Justin Dar and Harbaugh as his head coach. So, anyways, Tanner, sorry to break it down to you, bro, but I had Jalen Hurts, man. Anyways, more news in sports. Russell Westbrook retired last season. last week. I mean, I was out of town when this happens. So I know we like to hate on this guy. I've hated on him many times. I forgot they got OBJ back. Forgot about that. So, anyways, so Westbrook retired last week from the NBA. He is the NBA MVP, 2017 NBA MVP, 9-time All NBA All Star team, a member of the 75th anniversary team. He's an all-time leader in triple doubles, and he was athleticism, explosive point guards in basketball's history. So, talk about him a little bit. Congrats to Russell Westbrook. Um, top of that, guys, he's a 2-time scoring champion and a 3-time All assist leader. So, yeah. So here's the deal about Russell Westbrook. I think he's a good quarterback. I'm not quarterback, so a good point guard. He, he reminded me a lot of LeBron a little bit. He was 6'2", 6'3", posterizing people. I'm a real admit I've hated on the guy when he was in LA. So, Victor Wembanyama, okay. Wembanyama, I like Wembanyama too. I think he's great. I think he has a lot of potential becoming a top 5 player in the NBA of all time. But anyways, I like Wemby. Props to Wemby for a 22-year-old going to finals and losing. And I know he lost, but props to that guy. So I think Westbrook, I've hated on the guy. When he played with LeBron, he was stupid. I will admit. But at the same time, though, he was just, I don't know why the Lakers got him in the first place, but whatever. I think OKC was his best years in OKC. I wanted him to see him to win a championship, but it didn't happen. Because if KD left, they were close to winning it. And he blew a 3-1 lead. So, you know what? I think he's a good player. Props to him. Who knows what he's gonna do next? Who knows what he's gonna do next? So, anyways, more news in sports. So we have the PGA FedEx playoffs going on right now. Last week, Scottie Scheffler finally won. I will admit, I've called out Scottie Scheffler. I've criticized the guy a lot because I think he's great, but he can't win a big. I mean, this season, I hate his fan base. Okay, I really do. They just kind of, they just kind of piss me off. They kind of annoy me a little bit because I'm like, dude, you're not gonna. So you can't give Roy your props to win a Masters, but you can give Scottie Scheffler glaze over a 4 over par like he did yesterday on round 1. Yesterday, and Thursday, round 1, 2 over par. Glazed him. I get it. He's a great golfer. But he won. Props to him. I think he's great. I think he'll lose his number 1 in the world. I think he will lose his spot at number 1 in the world ranking after this FedEx Cup playoffs because I think he will win. I think he will win again, but not be dominant like he was in 2025. He hasn't played up to his standards this year. I mean, he really hasn't. So, yeah. I saw that. Nick Chubb retirement. I saw that. I was shocked to hear that too. We're all getting old. I remember when he was first drafted. And now he's retired. That's just crazy to hear. But props to Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb, I think he's a good running back. He was strong and physical as heck too. So, yeah. But yeah, I think Scottie Scheffler's a good golfer. He's great. But he can't win. He won't win a major. He won't be that dominant in his career again. It showed a lot this season. He could bounce back, but I think the pressure of being called the next Tiger Woods has got to like die down a little bit. So More news in the sports world. So ESPN is adding Pat McAfee for Monday Night Football. My thoughts. I think it's great. I think getting rid of RC was a good decision because I think RC was a little bit controversial a lot. I mean, this dude was being weird to Peter Schrager last season. After that, I know he was gonna get fired at one point, and he's just a little controversial, and he's an emotional guy. I think he's a good guy, but I just think that he knows football, but he's also kind of like a little biased towards Jalen Hurts and a little bit towards the Pittsburgh Steelers. So yeah. Bryson DeChambeau. I think he's a good golfer. I think that he just sucked in majors. He almost won the Open Championship, but the Masters was rough for him. I think I think he will leave Live. I think Live is done after the season. I mean, John Rahm's leaving Live. He's gone. So I think Bryson DeChambeau is going to leave Live and go back to PGA Tour where he can win. So I think I watch his YouTube channel. It's great. He's popular. He's done collabs with Steph Curry, with Tom Brady. Those are big names in sports he got collabs with. Um, he just can't. I don't know what happened to him in the Masters, dude. I just don't understand. I actually had Bryson and Rory in the final pairing in the Masters, but he missed the cut. That was bad on Bryson's part. So yeah, but yeah, I think ESPN's adding Matt McAfee is a good deal. Yeah, it was rough, Tanner. It was rough. More news in sports. LeBron James is officially a YouTube golfer. My thoughts and who should he collab with? So I've watched a little bit of the video. It's a funny video. I think it's funny. I think Bronny will help him a lot. So the question is, who should he collab with? I mean, this guy. Here's about his views about LeBron for a second, okay? LeBron James had the most views on YouTube Golf. For you, if you're YouTube Golf up there, I'm a YouTube Golf fan. He tied the ratings with number one with the YGT tour, with that tour going on for YouTube. He had 1.2 million views. That tour had that whole tournament with the YGT tour had about 2 million too. 2 million views as well. So that's cool that he's back on YouTube Golf. I think it's cool. So who should he collab with? Number one, I think he should collab with Tiger Woods. That'll break the internet. I think he collabs with the greatest golfer in the world, Tiger Woods, probably ever. He's the greatest golfer in my opinion. He's my favorite athlete of all time too. Tiger Woods is. I think that would be cool to see him do that. So the question, I think him and the Brian Bros would be cool. Him and Grant Horvat. Him and I don't want to say with Bobby Sports because Bobby Sports are just annoying people. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Fat. I think Fat Perez is annoying. I think Bobby is kind of annoying too. They all suck at golf. It's just not fun. If someone sucks at golf, you don't want to watch that. You just don't. And I think the best golfer in that group is FP. Literally. So yeah. So the question is, who could be the next guy to do YouTube golf? Okay. In my opinion, I think it should be Tiger Woods. Here's why. Before Tiger Woods got in an accident in 2021, he was doing the Golf Digest. And he did 2 seasons already. And he should kind of carry that. And I think he should do behind the scenes of his golf career too, like what he does for a golfer routinely. And with Tiger, he was doing his mind about the game. and it was cool to watch. I enjoyed it. I still watch it because I'm like this. I learned something new every time I watch it about his hands, his stance. His the way he hits his driver, the way he hits his iron shots, his shot making, and he will probably break the internet with YouTube golf because he would be like, the dude's a popular. Here's the deal. He's a popular athlete. Doesn't matter what he did. Okay, he has his. I have his clothes. I have Sunday Red clothes. It's popular. It's popular when it's on Taylor Made. Taylor Made has the most views on YouTube when he's collabing with Rory, Scotty, and whatnot. So I think it should be I think Tiger would be the next guy. I like to see let me see. I don't know who's the two. Probably I think Curry should. Steph Curry's a good golfer. Yeah. LeBron, Tiger, Curry. That's gonna be crazy right there. So, anyways, so this is just all topic sports debate. So me and Nicholas Paul Rankin have been doing this debate about superheroes. Okay. Um who is the best what is the best Batman movie, guys? For me, it's the Dark Knight series. The first one was good. Second one was the best one ever, in my opinion. The second one's the best one with Heath Ledger playing Joker. The third one's really good too. Nick Cragen says it's the Batman with Robert Pattinson. That one's a good movie. I will admit it's a great movie, guys. But it's not Kristen. It's not Christian Bale. It's not. Patterson's good. It was a good movie. I watched it one time. So, and this guy here's the deal. Here's why it's better too. The Batmobile. The Batmobile and the Dark Knight series was like a tank. It was cool to see. Nick thinks the Batmobile in the Dark Knight series is stupid. It's like an army military base scenario. Nick thinks the one that Patterson drove and the Batman was popular because it was a Dodge Challenger. Oh my god. The Riddler was here's the deal. The Riddler is a dumb villain in my opinion. The Riddler is stupid. It's a dumb villain. He's not popular. I mean, the Riddler is kind of overrated villain of all time in my books. So, you hear that, Nick Rankin? I'm sorry to tell you that, but the Riddler is not popular. This is how I rate the Batmans, okay? Dark Knight with Joker, Heath Ledger. I'll probably give you the Batman movie second, behind that one. I'll probably give you The Dark Knight Rises, and then Batman Begins. In my opinion, that's how we'll rank it. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's just that it's not better than Christian Bale. In my opinion, the best Batman movie ever is with Heath Ledger playing Batman. Playing Joker. I mean, that's a popular one. Even though Rachel dies and Harvey Dent turns into a bad guy. So yeah, Joker with Heath Ledger, and also that won an Oscar, by the way. The Batman with Robert Pattinson's a good movie, but it's not the Dark Knight series. What y'all think out there, guys? Do y'all think what's the best Batman movie to y'all? Is it from the 90s? The old ones? The old ones are kind of stupid. Those are kind of boring to watch. I will admit. The best ones to me, the Dark Knight with Joker and Batman, and then the Batman with Robert Pattinson. Those are my two favorites. Those are my two to me the best ones. What y'all think out there, guys? Comment below. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and we will see y'all next week. And next week we'll break down college football. The first game, the college football game series season started, and it'll be college game day with Saban, McAfee again, and the other crew. Kirk Herbstreit will be on that set again. Can't wait to see it. And with that being said, follow us on Apple Podcasts. And Tanner, we're gonna giveaway, bro. With that being said, we'll see y'all next week.